Live from Fox 35 News, you're watching Good Day Orlando.
Sharpen those pencils and pack that lunch. It is time to send the kids back to school.
It's just all new. It's all exciting. It's all, we're excited for the whole year.
But with this new year comes some new challenges. From an ongoing pandemic to security concerns and staff shortages, districts are dealing with it all.
It's just school districts across the nation are facing a shortage, whether it's teachers, support staff, or even bus drivers and attendants.
And we're helping you set up for success this school year. Fox 35's Back to Class special coverage starts right now.
And welcome to the 6 o'clock hour of Good Day Orlando. I'm Amy Kaufeld.
I'm Ronnie Elijah. Thanks for waking up with us. We've had this day circled on our calendar. Big day. We've got team coverage throughout Central Florida this morning. Randy Hildreth, she is covering Orange County this morning.
Amanda McKenzie is in Seminole County and Nestor Motto in Osceola County. And they are all going to be bringing us live updates all morning long from several different school districts. But our live team coverage begins with the back to school weather and a reminder, of course, about the buses on the roads. And I'm going to confess fully right now that last night I told Colton to bring down his backpack, and we never emptied it out from the last day of school.
From last year. So he's good to go. He's got his pencils. He's ready. Good planning.
Like there was a sandwich in there. I'm not sure what it was.
Last year's homework. That's okay.
Yeah.
We don't need that anymore.
I'm a terrible parent.
Oh, that's all right.
No, you're not. He's a good kid, too. You guys do a great job.
Oh, gosh.
You excited?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're all super excited.
That's good.
Super excited.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a fun day for them.
Yeah, and traffic's going to pick up because now we got the school buses back.
yeah.
And you actually have to slow down in those school
Careful.
zones. We want to make sure everyone's getting there safely today.
Yeah, you're not getting a warning. If you pass the school bus, there will be no warning.
And I'm hand delivering a sizzling forecast today for mainly dry out the door. There have been a few lingering showers, but those have now pretty much literally evaporated. So we'll begin now with our back to school forecast. Mostly dry this morning and mainly hot and dry as we get to the drive home. 96 there for you for the PM with a rain chance at a whopping 20%. We've got a lot of that Saharan air layer on top. Dry, dusty air. The heat will be on. So not much rain potential today. Good morning. Windermere Prep. First day of school looking good out there in Orange County. And again, skies are cooperating. We've got a few fair weather clouds around. Otherwise, temperatures are certainly on the warm side. Widespread 70s to about 80 or so, but you see nothing yet, right? We're now sizzling hot later today as we rise rapidly through the 90s, northeast, south, and west. I think everyone pretty much in that range of 90 plus. Could be a few coastal sites in the upper 80s, but still very, very warm. Winter Park, isolated storms after mainly 3 o'clock. Coverage at about 20%, 93 degrees for you as we head home at around 5 p.m. And coming up, I'm going to be tracking the tropics. Our easterly wave over the distant Atlantic kind of falling apart. We'll let you know about long-term developmental chances with this because there's still some opportunity. That window, though, slamming shut pretty soon. We'll track it all for you coming up with the full forecast moments away live here in the Storm Center. Here's Allison now, Sky Fox Traffic.
Good morning and welcome back to school, everyone. I hope you're having a great start to your Wednesday. A friendly reminder to make sure that you slow down in those school zones, and if you're driving on a 2-lane road, both directions of traffic need to stop for that school bus. We want to make sure all of the kids as well as teachers are getting on their way today. I want to let you know of one crash that we're watching. That's on Rayleigh Street and Westgate Drive near Orla Vista. So if that's part of your morning commute, just use caution in the area, and your drive times up to speed. Traveling westbound on I-4 from Maitland Boulevard to Colonial will take you 16 minutes. We'll send it back to you.
Allison, thank you. Well, the kids are going to be going back to school this morning, and across Central Florida, there are some concerns about a lack of bus drivers that could impact the start of the year.
Safe to say this is a common theme across the state, really across the country as well. Randy Hildreth is joining us live in Orange County, the biggest district in Central Florida. And I know they've offered incentives to get people out there to encourage them to apply. So where do they stand this morning, Randy?
Well, they are still dealing with a bus driver shortage, not unique to Orange County Public Schools, but in addition to offering incentives, they are still offering some creative opportunities to make sure that your child gets to school on time. They have about 70,000 students that they need to get to and from school. And I've been here since about 5:30, and I have watched buses already pull out to get started on their morning route. And one thing that's new this year, the district announced that some buses and bus drivers will hit some of these routes in the morning and the afternoon twice to be able to stretch resources and make sure that every child that needs to get to school and back home is able to be picked up. Now, specifically, we're talking about high school students. So, for example, this morning, some students will get picked up pretty early so that they can be dropped off at school at 6:30, and then those bus drivers will go back to those stops and pick up a second round of students to get them to school by 7 a.m. And drivers will also, again, do this in the afternoon, do those 2 rounds to get students home. Now, if you're an elementary or middle school parent, you don't have to deal with 2 routes, but it does push back pickup time for you. Bus trips home for younger students won't start until about 35 minutes until after the bell rings. Now, the district did say that, this is a change for parents, but the positive side is that as they continue to look for bus drivers, this will allow them to stretch their resources. And one of the things that came up last year is about making sure that parents have an accurate time of when to be at the bus stop to pick up their child. And they say stretching resources like this will be able to help you with the logistics of knowing when your child will be dropped off.
And as we do every school year, we'll make adjustments to the routes during the first few weeks of school, when we determine who's actually riding, and schedules can be changed.
And then also one thing, as they continue to look for bus drivers, they are asking parents if you can drop your child off, have the means to be able to do that. They're asking you to do that so that they can free up some space on the school buses so they don't have to make as many trips with bus drivers. And they also say if you have some questions about when exactly your child needs to be at the bus stop to make sure that they are in either that first or second route, you're asked to visit the district website on the transportation portion of that website to find out all of the information. Live this morning in Orange County, Randy Holdreth, Fox 35 News.
Randy, thank you. Orange County, not the only district still hiring bus drivers. Seminole County also has a few empty positions, and they have been trying to fill those seats through repeated job fairs. Our live team coverage continues with Amanda McKenzie. She is live at the bus depot in Winter Springs this morning. And Amanda, there aren't too many qualifications needed, but the most important one, of course, is having that safe driving record.
That's right. And, the bus drivers are very appreciated. If you want to take a look behind me right here, we have several staff members with Seminole County Schools holding signs, waving and cheering on the dozens of bus drivers that are leaving for their routes this morning, and the bus drivers honking back. So just a very friendly and exciting atmosphere this morning for these bus drivers. But speaking of that position, yes, they are in fact still looking to hire more. Now, ideal candidates need a high school diploma or GED, a clean driving record, and a permit allowing them to get a commercial driver's license. They also say a love for children is a plus.
To get quality, exceptional drivers is a plus, especially the ones that love kids, have kids of their own, maintain a safe driving record. That's a major, major asset.
The starting salary for school bus drivers is $16.53 per hour. The district is looking to hire up to 70 new drivers. They say they didn't fill their goal after their most recent job fair, so they will plan for another one, and we will have that information on our website, fox35orlando.com. Reporting live in Seminole County, Amanda McKenzie, Fox 35 News.
Amanda, thanks. Great to see the school board and supporters out there for the bus drivers. By the way, school buses in Osceola County, they're going to have a new safety feature this year. The district's saying every student who rides the bus will have to scan their student ID when they get on and off. A tablet will then be installed by the door. Students who forget their ID, they're not going to be turned away right off the bat, but IDs will eventually be required to ride. The program also alerts bus drivers when a child is trying to get on the wrong bus or off at the wrong stop.
Well, safety is top of mind as this new school year begins today. Incoming Superintendent Dr. Maria Vasquez says Orange County Public School staff trained for several emergency situations over the summer.
They received training on various topics, including crisis management that had an active assailant drill. Other training involved SRO services and psychological crisis support.
Orange County Sheriff John Mina says his deputies also spent the summer doing training to end the threat of an active shooter as quickly as possible. Those deputies include nearly 200 school resource officers. Sheriff Mina says his department also has access to more than 6,000 cameras at our district schools. Well, leaders in Brevard County, they're also taking extra steps to make sure the kids are safe.
They are. Sheriff Wayne Ivey beefing up security in classrooms as well by giving them more tools to school resource officers. He says he plans to outfit the SROs in tactical gear. Previously, deputies would have to go back to their cars in the parking lot if they needed to get a rifle from a gun safe if there was an active shooter. Now that weapon will be with them at all times. Of course, quicker response time. Fox 35 keeping you updated with the first day back to school on air, online, and of course the Fox 35 News app. So be sure to download the app and enable notifications to get your alerts right to your phone. We'll continue to show our pictures as well of our back to school day. It's always a big day, so hopefully it's off to a good start in your family. Much more still ahead this morning. First day of school means buses once again hitting the road.
The rules you need to obey as you pass bus stops on your morning commute, but also there might be fewer buses than expected. How our local districts are working to solve a shortage of drivers. We're checking in right now with Chief Meteorologist Jamie King. Hi, Jay.
Amy, looking ahead to the weekend, we're talking a weather pattern change, and it might bring a spell of heavier rains finally to the Atlantic coastline here in the Florida Peninsula. We'll track that, your big back-to-school day ahead, and much more. Now, Allison Gargaro live with Sky Fox Traffic getting you safely into the classroom this morning here on this Wednesday. We're back for you after this. Stay with us.